Hello, my name is Alexandra Plante. I am a librarian at HCCC Libraries. In today's video, we are going to take a very quick look at the process of peer review and what it means to have a peer-reviewed article. This is important because at some point in your college career, you will likely be asked by a professor or an instructor to use a peer-reviewed article in some of your research. This is a lot of text, but we'll actually go through it quite quickly. If you take a quick look over at the pyramid on the right-hand side, you'll notice that peer-reviewed articles are at the top of the pyramid, followed by scholarly journals, and then periodicals make up the base. This is more or less showing you that peer-reviewed articles are at the very top of the types of articles that you may want to use in your research. They are the most vetted and the most research worthy types of articles that you can use. And we'll go over a little bit why this is. That doesn't mean that articles that you find in a scholarly journal or even articles that you find in a high quality periodical aren't relevant to the type of paper or research that you're writing. The most selective scholarly journals are peer-reviewed. That's at the top of the triangle there. They go through a review by experts to determine if they should be published. A scholarly journal, which is the next step down, is a type of publication designed by scholars for a scholarly audience, so it's still very good. It contains articles and/or information on research and development in a field. Periodicals are publications appearing indefinitely or at regular intervals. You can think of magazines as a good example. The peer review process. Peer review refers to a review process that journal editors use to ensure that the articles they publish represent high-quality scholarship. So, for example, a scholarly journal could also be a peer-reviewed journal, but not all scholarly journals use the peer review process. So here is what the process looks like in a nutshell. Step 1, an author submits an article to a journal. Step 2, the journal editor gives that article to experts for review. Usually this is through an anonymous process so that the experts do not know who the author is and the author doesn't know who the experts are who are reviewing their article. This is done to avoid bias. Step 3 is the experts examine the article and they usually consider 3 criteria: originality, relevancy, and appropriateness. They're asking, does this article give any new knowledge to the field or a subject? Is it relevant to what we're talking about? And is it appropriate for the journal that the person is trying to publish to? So for example, this last one, if I was submitting an article about dogs to a journal about cats, it wouldn't be appropriate in this case. Experts are known as peer reviewers because they are the peers of the author who is putting forth the article. So they are the best people to review an article to see if it matches any of this criteria. The 4th step is that the experts provide their judgment. Either they say, no, we cannot publish this article, or they say, yes, we can publish it. But usually what they say is, yes, we will publish this if there are some revisions made. If this is the case, the author then has to revise their article and they have to submit it again for another review process. So it goes through that whole process again. Finally, there's publication at the end. The whole process usually takes around 6 months to 2 years after the author initially submits their article. So that is a very long process, and you can feel confident that using a peer-reviewed article should be the very, very top of the types of research being done on a particular topic. If you have any questions about peer review, how to find peer-reviewed articles, scholarly articles, scholarly journals, and other publications that you may like to use in your research, come visit us at library.hccc.edu. We are there to help.